Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the broadcast. The second game of the doubleheader between the Cavemen and the Clovis Wildcats. Hazen Wright on the mound for the Cavemen, and the second pitch is a ball away. So a 1-1 count. Here comes the third pitch. This one a curveball off the plate for a ball, 2-1 count. I believe. Here comes the next pitch. This one a fastball high. That's going to make it 3-1. 3-1 count. So the Cavemen able to plate across 12 runs in the first game. They're going to hope to have the offensive firepower that they had in the first game here for the second game, as we see a foul ball there for strike two.
And the leadoff batter is Eli Rodriguez, the left fielder. I think he needs it.
All right, so there's ball four, a walk for the first batter of the game for Clovis. Hazen Wright just trying to find it here a little bit. Though none of his pitches really seemed way off the plate, so it doesn't seem like he's off really. It's just close call walk. So he's checking back over first base. Comes set. Wow, a bunt, vertical bunt. And Wright gets it over to first base for one pitch, one out there, but the runner does advance.
That is the safe play right there, but I feel like it was hit hard enough to the pitcher that he could have possibly turned and went to the guy at second base. But you know what I mean? You want to make sure and get the out, so you don't do that. But in that situation, hit hard enough, I feel like you could do it. The next batter is Kobe Rivera, the right fielder, number 12.
All right, so the first pitch to Rivera is a ball. The last pitch was a ball as well, but that was still bunted into play. So Hazen Wright still trying to kind of find the zone a little bit. Here's a fastball. That one was in the zone. This one, nice play by Salcido. Will he get it? He does. Good play.
Nice play.
We already got a web gem in game two.
Yeah, that was
from
sweet.
Dylan Salcido. What a play.
I thought for sure that was in the hole. I thought, man, right away they give up a base hit, and then he just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Or not nowhere, but he came a long ways to make that play.
Nobody knew where he was, and bam, there he was. Nowhere. No, but what a good play by Salcido. And threw off his knees to get that. And threw a strike as well. Here's a nice pitch off the plate. And swung on and missed. It was a check swing, but he went.
This is Josiah Jimenez, the catcher. Four-hole batter.
Right, so here comes Wright once again. Another slider in the dirt. So a 1-1 count with two outs.
Yeah, I don't know if you see that too often where they change the uniforms for the doubleheader.
No, not really.
That's
Looks
kind of
good,
a cool.
though. I mean,
yeah,
it's
it's kind
cool
of a cool thing, and maybe
it's not hard to do.
No, it's pretty much an easy thing to do. But I'm just thinking
we did that in college, but like not at the high school level. You never see it.
Yeah, you don't see it at the high school level, and I also feel like just because maybe it to help change their luck. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Hey, you know what? We didn't play good in that first game. Let's see if changing uniform is going to help us.
Yeah. All right, so slider just off the plate. Looked like it could have been a strike three call, but didn't get called. There's a fastball high for strike three. Swung on and missed, so good job by Hazen Wright to get out of that one. Left a guy stranded over at third base, and the Cavemen head into the dugout to get the sticks going. They're going to start things off once again the same way they did last game. Dylan Salcido, Tristan Thomas, Mac Mabry, then Aiden Quintela to try and get an early rally like they did last time. They're going to be facing a new pitcher in Nate McIntosh, number 15, for Clovis. All right. So in between games, went ahead and got some popcorn, went ahead and dropped it on the floor. It was a good time. We all enjoyed it.
And I was just going to ask you, how's that popcorn?
Yeah, I was going to.
When you turned to give me some, it was
Yeah,
everywhere.
I wish I would have just given it to you.
That's
At least
okay.
it would have been on your hands if it fell, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, well. We'll see if we can get a broom up here. But, yeah, guys, thanks for logging in for the second game of the series between the Cavemen and the Clovis Wildcats. The Cavemen now sit at 2-0 in district. and that improves their record to 15-4, I believe.
Yes.
So they've had a good, solid record, and I don't know that this series really helps them to improve on the season's ranking, unless one of the top 4 or other top 3 teams in Cleveland, Rio Rancho, and I believe Volcano Vista, unless one of them loses today and kind of like hurts their record a little bit, I think the Cavemen might just kind of sit where they are at the 4th spot.
Well, I think I was talking to somebody between games, and what they brought up was us getting beat by Artesia with a bad record that they had. That really hurt our.
I think so too. I agree.
So it just shows on any given day, you can get beat by a team that's subpar, and that's not a good thing.
All right, so Dylan Salcido here to lead things off. Last game, he had a spectacular game. Continue to do good things. He was able to score twice, had a triple. Those was highlights. And then here in the first inning, he was able to make a diving play and get it over to first base in time. Dylan Salcido is a special talent on this Cavemen team, and he's only going to be able to be remembered for 1 year, unfortunately. But the impact he's had on this season, I don't think he'll be soon forgotten.
He's like a college athlete, one and done.
Yeah, he entered in a transfer portal. Cavemen picked him up, and look what he's done.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. McIntosh to pitch. Here comes right over the plate. Looked like a changeup. Salcido was just sitting red light on a 2-0 pitch, which is unusual, but as a leadoff batter, a lot of times you want to see more pitches, so it kind of makes sense. Here's a fastball outside and high.
Yeah, his first job is just to get on base.
Yeah.
No matter what, hit by pitch, walk, bunt. He likes to do the kind of slap bunt, where they kind of
start running.
Yeah, start running while he's swinging his bat and get that third baseman off guard.
All right, there's a walk there on a slider attempt, and he walks on 5 pitches. So Salcido is going to be the first runner to reach base as usual on a base on balls.
That's one thing you don't see too often is look at the third baseman. He's got a purple glove. It looks like, do you remember Bubble Yum when Bubble Yum was big?
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
The grape one?
Grape Bubble Yum.
Yeah. I like the glove. It's pretty cool. It's an A2000, I'm pretty sure. Because I've seen those before online, never seen them in person.
Huh.
Might have to go and see him after the game. Say, hey, man, can I see your glove? I won't do that. All right, so Tristan Thomas up at the plate. Trying to spark this offense a little bit more. Dylan Salcido, always a good fire starter. He's like the what do you call it? Like the fire.
The flint
fluid. He's like the lighter fluid, right? And then you just wait until somebody helps light that match, and then it's just.
Then it's on.
And it's on. So we're gonna see. Can Tristan Thomas be the match today, or even just additional lighter fluid? That'd be fine too.
Oh,
Here's
shoot!
Salcido, he gets caught running. Left way early.
Yeah, I think he expected that move to go to the plate, and he was still in his pause position, and so yeah, it was a good job for them.
So caught stealing is Salcido as he gets out number 1, and that kind of hurts. He went from the lighter fluid to the water almost immediately.
Yeah.
But Thomas, of course, definitely in a good position with 1 out. Just have to play it like the first guy got out. At the plate, that's all it is. But we talked about it before. Thomas, very good pitcher for the Cavemen. He's done very well this year. As a matter of fact, he has a 2.84 ERA, and I think that last game there was one run that crossed, but I don't think it was earned, so I'd imagine his ERA probably dropped to about a 2.5, 2.4. So he's doing really well as a starting pitcher. Here comes the next pitch. This one's a fastball outside. That's a 2-2 count. And Thomas is going to have to be careful when he addresses umpires from now on. We saw it against the Artesia game. He was tossed out for, I think, yelling at the umpire. And I think that's just kind of a good lesson to learn at this point in the season. You'd hate to see it in district. You'd hate to see it in state. There's a ground ball over to the second baseman for a 4-3 ground ball out. And the Cavemen are up Two up and two down. But that's going to bring up Mac Mabry. Mabry's going to be looking for his first hit of the day, or his first hit of the night, I guess. In last game, he had flown out, struck out, and lined out. So here he's going to look to see if he can do something big with his bat. There's a look like a changeup, might have clipped the corner. They didn't call it. So it works out. 1-1 count. With 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Right over the plate, and he hits this one on the inner half of the barrel for a foul ball. So Mabry, the team leader in home runs with 3 thus far this season.
He definitely has a lot of power.
Yes, he does. Absolutely. And here's a foul ball straight back that's going to keep the count the same, a 1-2 count. Yeah, like I said, he leads the team in home runs with 3 home runs. He's got 17 RBIs on the season and 4 triples. I think that's what might be the most impressive is the 4 triples. Those are hard to do.
Yeah.
With his speed, you know, you just get it into a gap. And
wasn't he on that undefeated 8th grade basketball team?
Oh, wow, yeah. So 2-2 count here. This one,
there's a
curveball. This one hit deep and
That
hard, and it is gone.
Yeah.
Mac Mabry with his 4th bomb of the year. And what a way to come back.
What's he doing? He thought it was a bounce over.
What a way to come back off of a 0 for first game. He's able to get a 1-for-1 in his first at-bat, and that one's gone. So
how funny was that? Did you see him? He stopped at second base, and he was like trying to cheer up his team, like, "Come on, let's go."
He was
and then
celebrating.
Like, no, you got to keep running. I thought it was like slow pitch. You know, you hit it over, and then you just go to the base, and then just go back to the dugout. And I was like, "What is he doing?"
Interesting, yeah. So Mabry didn't know it was gone, but a pretty impressive feat when you were able to hit a ball as hard as he did opposite field.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely got the power, and yeah, that was a shot.
That was hit very well, very much barreled up. Here's Aiden Quintela. He's going to try and keep offense alive, and here's a pop fly into the right center field gap. Will it be caught? Yes, camped under, or caught on the run, I guess. And that's going to be a fly out to right field.
Camped under is if you're running full speed and getting it, yeah, that's camped under.
And that's camped under it, huh? All right, so Cavemen only get 4 batters to the plate, but able to score anyways. Mac Mabry hits an absolute juiced-up bomb to left field as that cleared the wall in a hurry. Wow. It looked like, do you remember when MLB was testing, like, the juiced-up balls? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Where guys were hitting home runs more often? That's what it looked like. It just flew off the bat, and it was like trampoline effect. Beautiful. So we're going to get ready for the top of the 2nd inning right here in just a second. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back here in the top of the 2nd inning. The Cavemen lead 1-0.
And the first batter is second baseman Quinn Culliver.
All right, so Quinn Culliver facing against Hazen Wright, the big righty, throwing the ball hard. A 1-1 count now.
Quinn was 1 for 2 in the first game with a base hit.
All right, here comes the next pitch. This one, a fastball over the plate for strike 2.
That looked a little low.
It
to
did.
me.
Yeah. So 1-2 count here to the first batter, Hazen Wright. A nice slider right there off the plate. So that's going to make it a 2-2 count. And Molina hustled to the ball. He thought that he might have check swung. I don't know why the umpire went up to him and put the 2-2. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He put the count up to the catcher's mask, which I thought was interesting.
Put it right
Just
in
say
his
it.
mask.
Just say it. Yeah. Kind of a bad look there, but here's a fastball.
Oh,
Nice play by Wright to go ahead and stick his glove out, and he just catches that one. Made it look easy, too. But you had to kind of hustle to that one or make that happen quickly. You didn't have to hustle to it. Didn't have to move at all.
You just had to react quickly.
Just had to react.
Okay, this brings up Joe Albert, the center fielder.
With one out here, nobody on, Hazen Wright going from the windup. And something that's, obviously what you like to do as a starter, if you can stay in the windup the entire game, you're doing something right.
You got some pitchers that feel more comfortable in the stretch,
right?
Or they relieve sometimes, so they just pitch from the stretch all the time.
Yeah. And there's a fastball that came up about 7 feet short.
How tall is Hazen? Maybe 6'4"?
If I were to guess, I'd say 6'5".
Really?
That'd be my guess. He's a big kid, really tall. There's a fastball. This one hits straight off the turf. It's going to be a quick bang bang and a good play by Salcido. He got it out of his glove very quickly.
It had such a high bounce that it
really
took
did.
a long time to get down.
Yeah.
And he had to hurry his throw. That was a nice play.
Yes, it was. And what's cool about that one is I'd imagine just based on how fast he got that out of his glove that he didn't actually capture that into his into the, what do you call it?
Web.
The web, exactly. I think it was a palm kind of play. You just kind of let your hands touch, you squeeze it, and you just turn.
So that was a palm gem, not a web gem?
There you go. True. All right, so a 1-0 count. And Wright gets the outside corner there for a strike. 2 outs. Nobody on. Hazen Wright really looking good, like he's settling in.
This is the third baseman. Third baseman, Bernie Lopez.
So a fastball inside. If you plan on swinging at it, you don't have enough time to change your mind to say never mind anymore against Hazen Wright. He's throwing the ball hard. There's a fastball down the middle, a little high, but swung on and missed for a strike 3. So Wright gets out of that one in another clean inning. So 2 zeros up on the board for Hazen Wright against the Clovis Wildcats as the Cavemen go into the bottom of the second inning. Up 1-0, but you know they want blood. They want to find that leak and expose it. So where can they find it? Is it going to be with the next batter, Delmonico Moreno? We will see it. Next up to bat, Delmonico, Fabian Hernandez or Gordo, and Ty Molina. So excited about what's to come here in this game. For those of you wondering, Delmonico last game had a pretty solid game, a double and a single. He went 2 for 3. We had Ty Molina. He went 2 for 3 with 2 singles as well. So both of those batters had a good first game. A lot of times you're able to carry that over into your second game. Fabian Hernandez did not hit, but he did get the last inning of the game, and he looked really good on the mound, Ruben.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he's a solid relief pitcher, or probably starting pitcher too.
Yeah. And I believe he's a junior, so they'll have him for another year. All right, so now up to bat, like we said before, Delmonico Moreno. He hit the ball hard last game, and he's going to look to try and continue that streak as much as possible. This year, he has been hitting with a .286 batting average. Last game definitely helped his batting average grow a little bit more, as that first pitch is in for a strike. So I think same thing goes for this game, that Cavemen just needing to work on the little things as they did in the first game. I thought they did a good job of that. The mistake that has been made this game was just a caught stealing over at first base. That could be the difference in the Cavemen up 1-0 and the Cavemen up 5-0. You know what I mean? Just with an out on the base path to start a fresh inning back over again, basically resetting it. But that one's a strike, a 1-2 count. So Moreno in a pitcher's count, but he's able to foul this one off and stay alive. So here comes McIntosh to try and put him away for the first out of the inning. Beautiful day today. Looks like the sun will be a problem in left field for probably the next 30 minutes. So that might be something to take advantage of. He got the end of the bat here back up to the pitcher, and this one's for out number 1.
Yeah, if you're not used to that sun and in the left field position, it's going to be tough.
Yes.
For about, like you said, for the next inning or two.
And it really depends on where your field looks out. You know what I mean? If your field faces the same direction that the Cavemen's field does, then your left fielder's probably going to feel that way. But if it's not, and the right fielder's more used to it, you might consider a lineup change in the field. You know what I mean? Or a position change.
Yeah. Yeah, I got used to playing left field a lot. I got used to that sun getting at the right spot, and you're like hurting with the glasses and the cap and everything to try to and the glove.
Yeah, absolutely. So Fabian Hernandez sees 2 balls to start off his first at bat of the game. With 1 out, nobody on. Here comes a pitch right down the middle. He just watches this one. I think he's got it down now. Hernandez DHing tonight for Hazen Wright. As he watches the windup and the pitch. This one swung on and flown to center field, but it's going to come short, so actually a base hit. Good job by Hernandez to get on base there. And that one I thought was a lot further than it really ended up being.
Yeah, and I don't
it
think
was perfectly placed.
Center fielder got a good read on it because he kind of like came in slow for it and just let it drop. So I think if he'd come in strong, he might have had a chance.
Hernandez has a heck of a batting average thus far, 382 on the season, and kind of can see why. There's a single for you to start things off. Ty Molina now up to bat. Catcher for the Cavemen. Here's a ball off the turf, and they're going to try and back pick Hernandez, but no cigar.
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah, Molina batting 300, at least according to Max Preps. But last game would have definitely helped his batting average with 2 base hits. So 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch. This one goes off of Molina's back, and he's going to reach base on a hit by pitch.
There was really nowhere to go on that one because he got hit square on the side. So if he goes forward or goes back.
Yeah, and he kind of just stood there and took it. It looks like the umpire, second base, or the field umpire, went up to talk to the pitcher, just kind of like, hey, is everything okay on this mound? I don't really know. It's kind of different. I've never had an umpire come up and talk to me about anything like that. You know what I mean? They might come up and say, hey, that's your warning, or whatever.
I don't know if they even have that thing in high school. Remember, we watched a game the other day, and I think it was when we were commentating the first game against, was it Centennial? Remember, and they hit like 4 batters.
I think the difference is you can tell the difference between a guy that's throwing really hard and hitting guys, where it's like, all right, dude, you're like wildly
hurting people,
aggressive. But yeah, but then if you're just like missing pitches with curveballs and changeups, then it's kind of like, I think it's kind of by discretion. Here comes the pitch. This one, a fastball on the outer half, swung on and missed, and that's Zach Galindo at the plate. So 0-1 count. Runners on first and second, and Galindo has the keys to this offensive rally right here. If he can get a base hit, things could start back up into motion as it did in the first game. And Galindo is listed at a .326 batting average. Here's a swinging strike 2. 0-2 count. But Galindo had a pretty good game in the first game. He went 2 for 3. Reached base all 3 times. So, I mean, he's no stranger to helping a rally continue. And that one swung on, and it looks like he put it into play short. and I'm not sure what happened there because there was 1 out, and then there was 2 outs. So what happened there?
Okay, it was a strikeout,
Oh,
and
okay.
the ball bounced out, and they threw it to third to get that guy going to third.
Ah,
So there wasn't a base open, so he couldn't, you know what I mean? He couldn't really go to first, but he was trying to fool him, I guess.
I see. Okay, because from our angle, it was hard to see that, and if you're watching it, you probably have the same angle as us. It looked to me like he just tapped it, and it was just dribbling away.
That's what it kind of looked like.
Yeah.
And then the pitcher, maybe he thought he hit it because he right away went to third. You know what I mean? He wouldn't normally just do that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So that was kind of a lucky play on Clovis's part because that was definitely a rally buster.
Yes, it was. All right, folks. After 2 complete, the Cavemen lead 1-0 in this nail biter of a game so far. So Hazen Wright ran back out there for his 3rd inning of work. He's looked good out there.
Yeah, he has. I feel like he's intimidating too because he's, like you said, he's really tall and he's got that long arm motion, and I feel like it's right on you before you know it.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So Gabe Tapia, the first baseman, is going to lead off this 3rd inning for the Clovis Wildcats.
I think kind of like to speak to your point, we've seen like a lot of good tall pitchers have success. Like Randy Johnson, of course, is probably the number 1 guy you think of when you think of a tall guy. He's a 6'10".
Yeah.
Huge. And then, I'm trying to think of other guys that were big. Like, I think Garrett Cole's a big dude. I want to say he's like 6'4" or so, 6'5" maybe. Here comes another pitch by Wright, this one way off the plate. So 1-1 count. Bronson Arroyo comes to mind, the guy that would like kick his leg out straight. He had a pretty solid career for a while. Here comes another one. How tall is Kershaw?
I would say Kershaw's about 6'2", 6'3".
You think so?
You think
Really?
he's that tall? He might be.
We're going to have to find out how tall Clayton Kershaw is. But if you guys know, you're watching, let us know on the comment section who are some of the tall pitchers that you can think of through the major leagues. So strikeout there for Hazen Wright. That is his 3rd strikeout of the game so far. Good job by Wright. So 1 out, nobody on.
Brings up Jaden Jamison, the DH.
All right, so first pitch slider. Pitching him backwards on this AB. Clips the outside corner for strike 1. Good pitch by Wright. This one a fastball, really changing speeds up on this guy early.
Okay, it shows this one guy. His name is Loic Van Mil.
Okay.
He's a Dutch baseball player. He's 7'1".
Wow. But is he a major league baseball player?
I guess he plays in the Dutch.
Oh, well, why are we talking about this guy?
I don't know, because he's the
All right,
tallest
so
guy in the world.
Another strikeout there for Hazen Wright. That's his 4th strikeout of the game.
Okay, how about John Rauch? R-A-U-C-H, plays for the Mets. He's 6'11".
Wow.
So he towers over Randy Johnson.
Well, you know what? Our hometown guy, what is he, 6'6"?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, holy smokes, Trevor Rogers, a big boy.
Yeah, and he's pitching tonight, and I saw his stats, and he had against the Diamondbacks, 6 or 7 innings. He lowered his ERA quite a bit.
Love
and,
it.
And gave up like, I think, 1 or 2 hits. So he's doing.
That's awesome.
Doing
That's
well.
good to hear. Clayton Kershaw listed at 6'4".
Okay.
So he's a pretty tall guy. All right, here's a good pitch by Hazen Wright. Hazen Wright, the reason we're talking about all these tall guys, he's probably about 6'4", 6'5". We're going to have to find out.
Adam Wainwright is 6'7".
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
realize he was that tall.
It's a big boy, and now a country singer as well added to his list.
Yep. Just for national anthems.
Yeah, just for national. No, he's got I think he came out with an album this summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or in this offseason.
Another one, Chris Sale. Chris Sale's a tall lefty, 6'6".
Hazen Wright not listed in the program for his height, unfortunately. Darn it.
Verlander, 6'5". That's another tall
That
one.
is pretty tall. All right, so another strikeout there for Hazen Wright. Three strikeouts in that inning as he's able to put yet another 0 up on the board. Now, the Cavemen have to take advantage of this. This is one of those things where you start to feel like, okay, it's about time. Let's get something started. And we're going to see if that can be started by Jeremiah Dominguez as he's coming up for his first at-bat of the day. And then he's going to start back up at the top of the lineup with Dylan Salcido and Tristan Thomas. We'll be right back, guys, here in just a bit. We're going to research some more pitchers and how tall they are. All right, guys, we're back here off of the in-between innings. We're going to start at the bottom of the third inning. We've got Jeremiah Dominguez. Jeremiah Dominguez playing third base in this game. And here we go. Let's get things started. First pitch swinging. So aggressive first pitch approach for Dominguez. A lot of times that's where you're going to see your best pitch of the at-bat. And he tried to take advantage of that. Randy Johnson, 6'10". Yep. All right, so a solid line drive into left field for Jeremiah Dominguez. He might get a triple on this one. No, he's probably going to get a double.
Well, maybe not.
But he was able to get an extra base on that because the left fielder lost it on the ground. We haven't seen that one in a while, or ever maybe. Usually see him lose it in the air, but right there you saw him lose it on the ground. Ruben, how many times have you seen a guy lose it on the ground?
Not too many.
But a nice double for Jeremiah Dominguez to start things off and giving everybody an understanding why he's getting a start on this game. Looking good. Here we go, next pitch. A fastball on the outer half. Dylan Salcido puts this one in the left center gap. This one's caught on the move. A nice play.
That left fielder says, "You're not showing me up twice."
Yeah, good play there. It's like he went from not seeing it on the ground to definitely seeing it in the air.
Yeah.
So a good recovery there.
He's not good on grounders, just on fly balls.
If his if I was his pitcher, I would be so nervous seeing that ball go that way after that first one, you know. All right, so now up to bat, Tristan Thomas, TNT. Let's guess what his middle name is. Nicholas?
Nancy. We'll say Nancy.
Nathan? Nathaniel? Here we go. Fastball off the plate for ball one. Thomas here can score in the second run of the game. Try and get this Cavemen offense sparked up. And the sun's getting worse. At this point, the third baseman and shortstop are going to be affected. So opposite field hitting for lefties like Tristan Thomas might come into play, might come in handy. But I think all you're doing at this level is you're not going, I'm going to take advantage of the sun. You're just thinking, I'm going to get a hit.
Yeah, that's true. Unless it's outside, then you're going, I'm going to left.
Unless you decide to bunt. Whatever, no big deal. 2-0 count, here comes the pitch. This one a fastball. Looked like it was over the plate, but they're going to say this one was low.
Yeah, I think a
3-0 count.
A slap bunt towards third, it wouldn't be a bad idea because that third baseman's got to stay at home with a runner at second. That pitcher would have to cover. You just get it past the pitcher.
3-0 count here with one out. Here it comes. Fastball right down the middle. Thomas had the red light, or gave himself the red light just to watch through. And as a former coach myself, I like that for the most part, a 3-0 count. Just give him the red light. Make the pitcher prove he can throw it over the plate. And kind of give you another pitch to see before the next one.
Oh,
and there you go. It worked out in his favor. A single for Tristan Thomas. And he's going to score the second run of the game. So a good job by Dominguez to get on base with a double and a solid line drive. And Tristan Thomas helped to follow that one up with a base hit as well of his own.
That's why he wanted that 3-0 pitch, so he could watch it and then
exactly
smoke
the
next
like,
one.
okay, he's going to do that again, watch, and he did.
It's like when you see a brisket and you go, dang, I could smoke that sucker, and that's what he did. He smoked it into right
field. Is that
field.
what you do?
Yeah,
See those and you go, wow. All right, Mac Mabry up to bat.
that would look good in my grill.
Can he do it again on back-to-back at-bats? Here's a stolen base by, oh, never
He
mind.
got off the bag. That's
So
the
I
only thing bad about the turf.
Yeah, so that was Tristan Thomas. He got the so I'm wondering how this goes down. You get the stolen base. He stole the base, and then he came off. I think you just counted as he was caught stealing, right? I think you have to consider that caught stealing because they never made a call that it was safe in the first place, you know?
No, I mean, he was safe
He
by
was
touching
safe.
things, so that is a stolen base in the book, I would think.
You think so?
But when you come off, then it's almost
it's
like
such
an error on the
But I mean, it's almost like
running
if
error, base
that'd be
running.
like if you told me that he caught the ball, but it fell out of his glove after he caught it. That's not the same thing.
No, but that's an error.
Yeah.
This is an error after the fact on the
No, but
runner.
that'd be like saying it's a fly ball out if you catch it and drop it out of the same glove.
No, different.
That's how I see it. It's too fast.
But I mean, he touched the base, so he should get the stolen base on the.
And Mac Mabry strikes out looking. And so Cavemen Cavemen able to score one run, so 2-0 lead for the Cavemen as Hazen Wright gets back out there to start off the top of the fourth inning. Cavemen going to need a lot of offensive firepower to start back up if they want to finish this game in 5 once again.
Yeah, Hazen Wright must be sprinting from the dugout because it seems like I'm not even paying attention. All of a sudden, he's already on the mound, and none of the players are out there yet.
Yeah.
So he's out there in a hurry.
All right. So did we get any more? Let's find out some other tall players. I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I want to know, what's the best topping for popcorn for those of you out there? My personal favorite, pickled jalapenos. Some people do M&Ms.
Mine's just garlic salt.
Garlic salt. Extreme amounts of butter.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys have that you personally like the best?
Extra butter at the movies, and I guess that jalapeno juice would be good. I never have really tried it. But
It's very good.
I might try it later.
It's perfect. It's the best thing you'll ever have in your life.
Okay, I don't know about that extreme, but
All right,
Ooh,
here's
that's
a
a
pop
shot.
fly hit hard to center field. Thomas goes back and coasts to it, gets
routine
there.
for him. And that was Javi Jimenez, shortstop.
All
So-
right,
Brings up Kobe Rivera, the right fielder.
so 1 out now for Hazen Wright as he continues to mow down these Clovis hitters tonight.
That was a little bit high. Ball one.
So I believe Mac Mabry pitched last night,
Yes, he did.
got the start. Tristan Thomas tonight got the start. And Hazen Wright. And the 3 options for the Cavemen look really good at the starting on the mound.
Well, we saw Garrett Fuentes. We saw Fabian Hernandez.
Yep.
Who else have we seen in this? Dylan Salcido.
Yes.
So
And
they've got
Dylan
plenty of.
Salcido,
Is a good.
the lowest ERA on the team. I mean, clearly
Yeah.
he's doing something right, and he doesn't start.
And he's got
typically.
he's got some heat in his pitching too. He's
Yeah, he
got
does. He's got a
some
good arm,
velo.
good athlete.
Nice pitch. That one had some movement on it, huh? I bet you
Absolutely.
Aiden Quintela can pitch too. If I was a betting man.
Yeah. 2-2 count with 1 out. Here comes the pitch. This one, a nice slider, almost a cut fastball it looked like for strikeout number 6. So 2 outs with nobody on, and Hazen Wright is going to face off against.
Josias Jimenez, the catcher. So he's
So a
brother.
fastball.
Go ahead.
Oh, just a fastball in the outer half. Threw that one really hard.
Yeah, he's brothers to the shortstop, the 8th grader, Javi Jimenez.
Okay.
Older brother. He's a senior, this guy.
He said, I'm only playing if you let my brother play.
Yeah.
And that's
and
the
he wants to play
final-
shortstop.
And that's final.
or we're both walking.
Yeah. So 1-1 count. So there was a girl that just walked up the stands. Here's a slider for a strike. Good pitch. Her name is Sophia Quarter, and she just signed to UNM swim team, which is really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
So a cool feat for a cave girl swimmer. Always cool to see them, to see locals succeed at a high level. You know, anything that they do, BPA's done really well.
Oh, yeah, what, 3 times state champion?
Yeah, it's like
3
crazy.
years in a row. They're like the Lakers back in the Shaq Kobe day.
Three-peating it
Another
up.
strikeout. So he struck out
7 strikeouts for Hazen Wright. He's had a heck of a game so far, and after 4 complete frames for Hazen Wright, he's still holding Clovis to a big fat 0. So now coming up to the plate for the Cavemen is going to be Aiden Quintela, Delmonico Moreno, and Fabian Hernandez. All right. So guys, tonight's broadcast brought to you by All Sports Best, Red Rocket Media, and the Carlsbad Cavemen Booster Club. Appreciate them for making this possible, bringing us in to cover the games.
Yep. Yeah, this pitcher's having a little bit of trouble with that mound. They came and brought in some of that, what is it called, the infield conditioner
AstroTurf?
stuff.
I'm just kidding.
And I feel like there needs to be a little bit of maybe a more compacting material that will, because I feel like that's real loose right
need
there.
like clay up there.
You can go in there and you can tamp it and everything, but if you don't wet it and do it, for a while, it's not going to do that much. And it looks really, really mobile, I guess. You know what I mean? Real sandy.
Right.
And that's tough for an out-of-town pitcher. A hometown pitcher, they're used to it every day, you know what I mean? And they see it, but this guy, maybe that's our advantage, huh?
Yeah.
Make it real sandy and just have our pitchers get used to it.
That's a big risk on an arm for sure. Sandy mounds.
That's the only thing that's actual natural surface, huh?
Yeah.
On the whole field.
Exactly.
Brings up Aiden Quintela, the shortstop.
All right, here we go. First pitch on the inside looked pretty good for ball 1. So Aiden Quintela, the highest batting average on the team. Of course, that could change at any moment with, just a night of games. But here's a hard hit, pop fly into left field. Left fielder still running back, and he dropped it. So that's going to be an E7, an error over in left field. And Quintela is able to get 2 bags out of it.
So Eli Rodriguez is struggling a little bit. He made a good play on a running play a while ago when the sun was still blaring down. I feel like now it's a lot better. I feel like it's behind the mountains now because I don't see any two-tone outfield. So
yeah,
I think he just misjudged it a little bit.
The wind can definitely have an effect on outfielders. It can have an effect off of the bat, depending on how it was hit, I guess. So runner on second base for Delmonico Moreno. And scoring position, the Cavemen can do something here maybe. I guess I keep saying that and just hoping for the best. See if it happens.
With nobody out, you want to put the rally caps on and see if we can score some runs. What is that? Cherry lime body armor.
Yes, very good.
That's different. I've never seen that color of a bottle.
It's pretty sweet. It's delicious. All right, so 1-1 count here to Delmonico. All right, here it goes. Fastball on the inside corner. Looked good.
No, it was
Didn't
a little
call
bit.
it.
It was on the batter's box line. I could see it from right here. So
Still looked good, though. I mean, I don't know.
it looked pretty good.
All right. 2-1 count. So Aiden Quintela over at second base definitely has the speed to score on any
that's a base
single,
hit.
and there we will see him take off home. Well,
Oh,
and
he
it's going to
missed
get
it.
by the the left fielder, and they're going to have some defensive changes for Clovis, no doubt about it. Here's Moreno going to get to third base for a triple. So a 3B
See, and I don't
for
know that you
Delmonico.
score that as a triple.
I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and do it and make
I'd
it
say
easy
you
on
scored
myself.
as a base hit and 2 base errors.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's probably a
Because
single.
that was a routine ground ball. It wasn't like it was smoked down
I'm
the
changing
line.
it to a single.
Okay,
Let's not fight about it. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Okay.
you're right.
I'm
You're
going to
definitely.
lower the volumes and we'll talk about this.
Yeah, let's hash things out real quick. No, but a good job by Granger. It was definitely a base hit, no doubt about it.
So is this Fabian Hernandez?
This is Fabian Hernandez now up to bat. So Fabian, of the 3 that have gone to the plate in this inning, is the only one that's gotten a hit so far. So we're going to see if he can do that in back-to-back ABs. And this one a fastball inside for strike 1. 1-1 count. And I have still yet to purchase a scorebook. I mean, how cheap can I be? There's look like a 12-6 curveball. Just kind of floated in there for strike 2. 1-2 count.
If you happen to have a scorebook that you're not using, maybe you stopped coaching and you just have it collecting dust, maybe you can donate one to All Sports
Pass
Pets.
ball, and Moreno didn't take it. That looked like a pretty perfect one to take off on, but
Yeah, but with no outs, maybe he held
Yeah.
it. Let's go with that.
right. So Fabian Hernandez, he's probably like, you know what, this wouldn't give my boy an RBI.
That's
So I'm
right.
going to stay back. I'm going to let
Yeah.
him put one in to the outfield for me and score us both.
I'm going
What
to
the
help
heck?
him out while he helps me out.
Exactly.
And I don't have to hustle because he might have had to slide.
All right, fastball high. 3-2 count with no outs, runner on third. So here comes Hernandez with an opportunity here. Solid
Oh.
line drive to shortstop, and you can't hit one any harder than that.
No, he was just in the right spot for sure.
That's definitely true. So line drive over to shortstop.
And Javi Jimenez, 8th grader, on the play.
Javier Baez. Did you see how they pulled him out?
Yeah, they pulled him out because he did a base running blender.
I love that because
didn't tag up,
he
he
did
just
2
took
things
off.
back to back. Do you see that?
No, I didn't see
So
that.
he hit a ball. He thought it was gone. He kind of just like jogged it out, like he hit a home run, and then it hit the top of the wall. I think he only got a double out of it, maybe he got a single out of it.
Probably a single.
And then he was at second base, and they hit a ball to the outfield in the air, and they caught it. And it wasn't 2 outs. There's a good line drive up the middle for Ty Molina. Ty Molina with his second time reaching base. This one's going to get him an RBI and a hit figuring into his batting average. So 2 runs across for the Cavemen in this inning. So now the Cavemen lead 4-0 if you're just joining us, 4-0. All right, so good job by Molina to smash that one up the middle. Very hard hit. Now up to bat, Zach Galindo. Looks like he might lay down a bunt. No, it was a fake, and this one
Just to get the
thrown
runner in
high
scoring
over at
position.
second base, and a good job by Rene Ramos take second base, running for Ty Molina.
See, I didn't know that he could do that once he's entered the game and then got out of the game.
He entered the first game.
Oh, that was the first game. You're right. Okay, well, I guess
That's all right.
That's why.
You're forgiven. 1-0, or I'm sorry, 1-0.
That's why I'm
1-0
up in the booth.
count with Galindo up at the plate. Here comes a pitch right down the middle. This one grounded to shortstop, and
Nice play.
he didn't throw it over to third base. You'd have thought he'd try to get the lead runner there with 1 out, but he doesn't. So there's now a runner at third base with Jeremiah Dominguez.
He went after the sure out, and he made a nice play on it.
He did. All right, so now there is Rene Ramos over at third base, and Jeremiah Dominguez had a double in his first at-bat, which happened in the third inning, last inning, and he was able to score. He got things started. Can he put this inning into motion even further? We'll see. Here's a 1-0 count. McIntosh gets his sign, goes into the windup. The pitch. This one hit up the middle for another base hit, and Dominguez looking good at the plate as he earns an RBI and a single. Added a couple of things to his stat line for tonight, and a good, easy hit up the middle into center field for Jeremiah Dominguez. Great job by Dominguez. Good piece of hitting for the third baseman, and it's going to bring up Dylan Salcido with a runner at first base and 2 outs. Cavemen lead 5-0. 5-0. So Cavemen looking to score in the bunches, and this inning is possibly one of those with 3 so far. I'd say, what would you say a bunch would be? Like if you scored in bunches?
Probably like 6.
You think 6 is one? Okay.
Yeah, 5 or 6 would be bunches.
Okay. So 5? Is that
5
what we're
or
saying?
6. Yeah, 5. We'll say 5.
All right,
2 more
Dylan
runs.
Salcido with the plate. He hits this one right up the middle, and unfortunate.
That was close.
It was close. Unfortunate for Salcido. He put that one at the wrong place at the wrong time. That would be a base hit about 75% of the time, but when you've got double play coverage or just kind of tightening
moving
up
to
the middle,
yeah.
it wasn't really double play coverage because it was 2 outs, but it was more of like, we're going to cover this bag because he's going to steal.
Right, nobody on base, and that's a base hit all day long.
So that's going to be an out over at second base, and that's going to do it here for the Cavemen at the end of the 4th inning. So the Cavemen lead 5-0, and Hazen Wright going to try and keep things low. And by low, I mean 0 for the Cavemen.
So what is he at right now? 7 strikeouts? Yeah, 7 strikeouts. I'd say, what are we thinking? Probably 11 strikeouts? I'm gonna go with 11.
Go with that. That'd be a good game right there. Yeah, just more on that documentary that I was watching. I didn't know. I mean, I knew he was a good pitcher. I knew he was great. I didn't know how long he played, and that he got drafted. Did you know what team Nolan Ryan got drafted by? All right, if you're watching, try and see if you can figure that out. What team did Nolan Ryan get drafted by?
I feel like he played with the Texas Rangers his whole career, but I know that's not true.
That's not at all true. It's not even close to true, as a matter of fact. What's crazy about it? Because I thought so too. I always only see him in Texas Rangers uniforms all over pictures and stuff.
And I think he became like a part owner or something of the Rangers.
Yeah, he is, I believe.
So
there's a foul ball out of play.
What'd you call it? Chasing Nolan?
Facing Nolan.
Facing Nolan.
So this is number 7.
Quinn Culliver, the second baseman.
So Hazen Wright has been pretty dominant tonight, to say the least. And here comes the windup and the pitch, this one. Nice pitch. Look, kind of like a change-up on that one. Change speeds up. We're used to seeing him zing them in there. That one might have been a change-up right over the plate. Dangerous place to put it, but it worked out.
Yeah, he's only faced one over the minimum. The first guy he walked. Oh, and then
there he really brought the heat, but it got away from him, and it nails the batter on the foot for a hit by pitch. Runner on first base with nobody out.
Brings up number 11, Joe Albert.
So now Hazen Wright going to pitch out of the stretch. Runner on first base. Checks back. Gets the pitch in there. A nice fastball over the plate. Corner for strike 1.
Yeah, he almost fell down right there.
Yeah. There it looks like there's quite a crater.
Yeah.
On the in the landing spot. Even where your foot initially goes, it kind of looks like it, but not as much. And now Hazen Wright with a fastball to the ribs of
number 11, Joe Albert.
So back-to-back hit by pitches on back-to-back pitches for Hazen Wright. And that one had to hurt. You can tell. He got to first base. He hustled over there, but he's got his hands above his head. He's feeling it out a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and he's not a very big guy, so it had to hit bone.
Yeah, so pitching coach going to go out there to talk to Wright. Just kind of get him back up in the zone. He's been good. He's been definitely effective, all game long. if you put yourself in a position that only you can hurt yourself, it's not a bad position to be in until that actually starts to happen, you know?
Yeah, for sure. No, I feel like you played enough, pitched enough that you know the mounds, how they're all so different. I feel like
Yeah.
you get some pitchers that go and just scrape out as much dirt everywhere out of the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I just
and then
never
you're there
understood
trying
it.
to put it back, and you know what I mean. You can't do it inning to inning. It just
And you
doesn't
would think
work.
it'd be different for Hazen a little bit because, and this could affect him differently because he might be landing um, extremely hard on that heel, on that front heel, because the hole probably, ends where his foot starts
Right.
to land, and that could
And
be
it's
something
making him slip a little bit, and
Mhm.
then he's trying to avoid that to avoid getting hurt. So he's
Yeah,
changing up his pitching, so it's affecting his. Whoa.
yeah, it is. So tries to pick off to second base, and it goes over the head of Quintela, but good job by Thomas to be there for the backup,
Okay, my
and
question is,
no runner advances.
in the major leagues, is it only 2 pickoff attempts to any base? So
I'm
second,
sure.
same thing. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's very rare that anybody picks off the second twice, but all right, there's a good pitch there by Wright. Looked like it was over the plate. Molina checks back with the umpire to figure out just where that might have missed. 1-1 count. No outs. Here's a fastball off the plate for ball two. So 5-0 the Cavemen lead. They have 7 hits recorded in tonight's game. And Hazen Wright trying to get something going here. A double play would be his best friend. Here's a fastball swung on and fouled back. So a 2-2 count. It's 7:22 p.m. Does that mean something? 2-2 count, 7:22.
No, it doesn't mean nothing to me.
See about does that mean strikeout for Hazen Wright? And it does. Strike 3 on the outside corner. And that might have been why because of the time. No, I'm just
Yep,
kidding.
that had to be it.
That was it.
So he needs 2 more of those to get out of this inning with runners at first and second. It brings up Gabe Tapia, the first baseman.
Does he have 8 strikeouts now?
He does.
8 strikeouts for Hazen Wright. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Here we go. Fastball off the plate. Threw that one hard. I feel like when he ramps it up, his release point is staying the same as when he's not ramping it up. So when you do that, you're throwing harder, you pull down harder, it's off the mark. You know what I mean? It's got to be like a very slightly earlier release point because you're throwing it harder. That pull down, your arms moving faster. It's just a lot of things that goes into it.
Yeah, do you remember the science thing? What was that show? It never comes on anymore, but remember it was a series that came on like Sports Science, wasn't it? Sports Science?
Yeah.
Yeah, you never see that anymore.
No, it's not on anymore. There's a nice pitch on the outside corner for strike 1.
You think
1-1 count, 1 out.
we can get donations and maybe bring it back? All Sports Best?
I think that guy had a lot of problems or something, and he had it. He started it. The guy John Brinkus or whatever his name is. Here's a nice slider for strike 3. I must have missed the count on that one. Strike 3.
That's another strikeout.
9 strikeouts for Hazen Wright tonight. That's a solid game. He's averaging over a strikeout an inning. He's almost averaging 2 strikeouts an inning. And there's a pitch on the outer half, or outside, for ball 1. And it gets away from Molina just a bit. Both runners advance, so now runners both in scoring position at second and third with 2 outs.
And this is Jaden Jamison, the designated hitter.
All right, here we go. Here comes the pitch. This one a fastball high. But I guess that John Brinkus, I was watching something on him, and he came up with the whole concept, started it, and then I think he sold it to ESPN and then stayed on it, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then I think he had a hard time after something happened, and so he just had to stop working or something. I don't know. 2-1 count. 2 outs. Here we go. Fastball
Nice.
for strike 2. 2-2 count. Runners on second and third, and Hazen Wright. This is a big pitch for him. We'll see if we can make it happen. Here comes the pitch. This one, fastball thrown hard, but way off the mark. So he's got a full count now, and he's got to find the zone on this pitch. All right, Hazen Wright with the windup. The pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. 10 strikeouts in 5 innings of work. So 2 strikeouts an inning on average for Hazen Wright. I mean, if you go up to the plate at this point, chances are you're going to strike out if we're talking about percentages. So great night for Hazen Wright.
Hey,
Whoa, that worked out, huh?
Hey, the cool thing, too, is 2 of the innings he struck out all 3 batters. That's pretty impressive.
Very much so. All right, Ruben, 5-0, the Cavemen lead. If you were a betting man, would you say this is the last inning of the game?
I would say no.
No, based on tonight's game.
I would say it is a good chance that it'll take us 2 innings to score another 5 runs, but
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say this is the inning. Tristan Thomas is up to bat. So Tristan Thomas gets on base. Mac Mabry gets a hit, and Aiden Quintela really sparks things up. So that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Take my prediction and remember it from now on for the rest of your life.
Okay.
It's going to be a big one. So Nate McIntosh still on the mound. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, still on the mound for the Wildcats. He's held the Cavemen to 5, but he hasn't had a lot of help from his outfielders too much. So it could be, instead of a 5-0 game, it could be very well a 2-0 game right now. All right, Tristan Thomas up to bat as he gets his signs from Coach May and steps into the box. Here comes the first pitch. This one.
Oh, that was
outside corner, but they're going to call this a strike.
Nonchalant call. Like,
almost,
that was a strike.
Almost accidental, huh? Like, oh, shoot. Oh, I already said yes. 0-1 count, no outs. This one, down off the turf, 1-1 count. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by the Carlsbad Cavemen Booster Club. All sports best in Red Rocket Media. All right, Tristan Thomas. This one, a pitch down in the zone, or down out of the zone. 2-1 count. It'd be dangerous to put one over the plate for a batter like Tristan Thomas, but at this point, a 2-1 count, you want to even it up. All right, so here comes the windup. The pitch, this one hit hard over to the right field side. And that one gets between the first and second baseman for a base hit for Tristan Thomas. So Thomas has 2 base hits, 2 for 3 on tonight's game.
That'll help his average.
Yes, it will. So now Mac Mabry with a home run and a strikeout looking. He can definitely do something here. And when Mac Mabry's on the bases and Tristan Thomas, they're so fast that they're effective even when they're not at the plate. You're thinking about them. Are they going to steal? You're thinking about if there's a base hit, they're going to score. You know what I mean? Those kinds of things. They're just so lethal.
I feel like that's 5 of the guys in the lineup.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
True. Definitely the first 4 in the lineup, no doubt. They've got wheels. So a pickoff over to first base, not in time, to Thomas. If you remember, Thomas did steal second base last inning, but then he got thrown, or then he came off the bag. So here comes Mabry. Here's the pitch. This one a fastball way off the plate for ball 2. 2-0 count. And here we go. Mabry with a 2-0 count. You put it over the plate, you'd imagine he's swinging. Nope, not even close. And Thomas takes second base with ease.
Made sure to stay on the bag that time.
Yes, he did. All right. Mabry, 3-0 count. I'm giving him a red light here, but I mean, when you're up 5-0, you don't really. It doesn't really matter.
I feel like up the middle, down the middle, you just go for it.
Oh.
Ooh, he was going for it.
I actually, yeah. Okay, with what just happened there, I'm cool with him swinging at it. Because it was right down the middle. Guess just give it to your hitter, right?
Yeah.
Look, you're my 3-hole batter. Do what you think you need to do. And here it comes low for ball 4, and Thomas takes third base, and he rounds hard like he's going to go home, and Mabry just takes second base off the walk. And when you take your time back behind the plate, you can't expect anything else than that, you know. So runners now on second and third, and that could have been a lot different, right? It could have just been runners on first and second off that walk. I mean, that's a totally different look at this inning. Now you feel
Especially
like
with nobody
loose.
out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now there's no force. There's no double play force out at second base, and then it just feels like there's so much. It's so much easier to score, which it is. But I feel like with runners at first and second, there's such a lower chance, and I don't know what the percentages are, of getting a hit. You know what I mean?
You think
when there's
so?
guys at second and third, it's like they're going to be so worried about getting the out at home plate that I feel like I've got a better chance of getting a hit.
Oh, that one went right off the end of the bat. That was a cue ball swing.
And not in that case. It was out regardless. So a 3U, an unassisted play over at first base for out number 1. And that's unfortunate. You know, Quintela really wishes that one went foul. But now up to bat, Delmonico Moreno. So he comes up. I wanted him to help me make me into the right betting man, right? Because we got 2 guys on base. And Moreno hits this one high into center field. Sure. And that one's caught. And Thomas is going to make it into home plate without a second thought. And Mabry tags up and gets to third base. So now runner at third base with 2 outs. And a run across. So now 6-0, Cavemen lead. So that one's going to be a sacrifice fly for Delmonico Moreno. And he's going to get an RBI for that one. With 2 outs, here comes the pitch. This one hit up the middle, kind of ramped off the back of the
nice play
mound, and that's going to be out number 3, and you were right. Darn it. I was hoping that a miracle could happen there. So that's going to be a 6-3 put out for Fabian Hernandez, and the Cavemen start out hot with a single and a walk, and then they go 1-2-3 right after that. So after 5 complete innings, the Cavemen lead 6-0 on 8 hits. Offensively, we're looking pretty darn good, and defensively, really it's been mostly just up to Hazen Wright. I mean, a lot of strikeouts, mostly getting his outs without anything put into play. So
we've got top of the 6th inning.
Ruben, I don't know if you saw it, but one of the last remaining teams to not lose a series in the MLB, the Diamondbacks. It's the Diamondbacks,
and of course the Rays.
Yankees, and the Rays are undefeated.
Yeah, the Rays are 13-0.
Crazy.
Unless they won today, then that'd make them 14-0. They say that's the best record to start a season.
That matters probably.
Since 1886 or something.
Yeah,
You know,
like I said, that matters. Right now they're actually losing 6-3 to the Blue Jays.
Oh, dang.
In the middle of the 8th, or going into the bottom of the 8th inning.
I'd say that they're probably going to lose that game.
Yeah, because they're the visiting team, so they've got one more at bat left. The top of the 9th. We'll see. Here's Hazen Wright.
This is the top of the order right here with Eli Rodriguez, the left fielder.
So first pitch thrown in there with a lot of velocity, but off the plate. This one, same thing, but low. 2-0 count to start off the top of the 6th. And here he goes, steps onto the mound, gets his sign. Takes no time at all, wind up. Fastball off the plate, Ball 3. So starting off this inning with a 3-0 count. Here comes another pitch. This one a fastball low and outside for ball 4. So 4 balls on, or 1 walk on 4 straight balls.
That's all he's done for people to get on base is hit by pitches or base on balls.
No kidding. All right, so now up to bat.
Javi Jimenez, the shortstop, who's made some nice plays at shortstop and done a good job out there.
All right, runner at first base with nobody out. Here's a fastball outside for strike 1. Questionable, kind of low there. So the Cavemen have 5 coaches that sit in their dugout just for varsity alone. And then when the playoffs get here, state playoffs get here, they will have a total of 9 coaches in the dugout. Wow. So fastball off the plate, that's going to make it a 1-2 count.
So to go into the state tournament, that's 5 rooms just on coaches.
That is 5 rooms. No, that's, oh yeah, that is 5 rooms. Wow. Or maybe they do like suites and they go with 3 rooms.
God, somebody sleeps on the couch. Somebody could sleep with a bus driver. I feel like the bus driver, he always gets his own room, but I feel like 2 beds.
Yeah, come on.
You don't need the whole room to yourself. Come
You
on.
don't need the whole thing. So a 2-2 count here. Here's Wright. This one, fastball thrown hard and fouled straight back. 2-2 count. So runner at first base. And Wright checks back over to first. Comes a pitch, a fastball
Nice hit.
Pretty
Right
good over to right field. Galindo gets the ball. He wants to throw him out at first. Not going to be in time, but good little effort there. And Wright's able to get that pop fly for out number 1. So still a double play opportunity in effect.
Okay, this batter is Kobe Rivera, the right fielder.
All right. So a ground ball over to Dylan Salcido would be a nice double play action for Hazen Wright and an opportunity for the Cavemen to get back in and score 4 more runs. This fastball way off the plate for ball 1. All right, so Hazen Wright. Fastball right across the plate for strike 1. Swung on and missed. Beautiful night tonight here at the Corral.
Yeah, like the wind died down and it's looking really nice.
There's another fastball. Same result, same placement, same result. 1-2 count with 1 out. And really no wind movement right now, it feels like. Got a little indicator here right in front of us where there's like a ball deposit. And that thing is facing straight down, so not really any wind to put any effect on what's going on the field at least. Feels good out here. This one hit high into left center field. They're going to have to get somebody to call this one. Tristan Thomas does and throws it into, after recording, out number 2. Right now it's showing on, according to my phone, and 73 degrees out here. Beautiful.
I guess they're going to bring in a relief pitcher. Cody May goes out to the mound and Hazen Wright gives him the ball. And what a great outing. 11 strikeouts on the night.
11 strikeouts. Hazen Wright did not allow a hit. So
not disappointing.
He went with a no-hitter but by himself. So we'll see if that can be completed here as Garrett Fuentes comes in. You almost get to see Hazen Wright twice is what it feels like, because Fuentes kind of like the same build, same arm action in a lot of ways. A little bit different, a little longer of arm action, I guess. But they complemented each other very well last time we saw them come back to back from each other at the Cavemen Classic. And Fuentes did really well. As a matter of fact, we do have some on Garrett Fuentes. He actually, I believe, is second in ERA. And I'll have to go and check back on what that ERA was because it looks like I have him down for the same ERA as Dylan Salcido. All right, so as he prepares for his, out of work, possibly. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by All Sports Best Red Rocket Media and sponsored by Carlsbad Cavemen Booster Club. Well, Ruben, we watched the Masters, and John Rahm ended up taking that title, and he won $3.2 million. Quite a bit of money.
Nice, yeah, pretty nice weekend. And I listened to an interview after that, and he was talking about how they said, how did you celebrate? And he said, you know what? Didn't really get to sleep that night, couldn't really fall asleep. I could imagine being anxious and excited and everything. So then the next day, he was up a lot doing interviews and stuff, and so he really hadn't slept, and then he had to go to, I want to say, the next golf tournament, so he won't be able to celebrate till the following week.
Wow.
Okay, this brings up Hasaya Jimenez.
I thought you were
catcher. That I was going to sneeze.
running out of breath or something. I thought you might have smelled something that stunk, and you're just 0-1 count here with 2 outs.
Don't want a visual on that stuff. Oh, that looked like a pretty good pitch right there.
Did look good. That's going to make it a 1-1 count, unfortunately.
Fuentes, I don't know the young man, but he seems like a real chill.
He does.
Chill guy.
So 1-1, 2 outs. Here's a fastball over the plate. This one,
oh, nice try.
The first hit of the game allowed, so no hitter is not going to happen for the Cavemen on this game. But Hazen Wright definitely should be proud of his performance after 5 2/3 innings of no-hit baseball.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, Garrett Fuentes, it shows that he has a 1.97 ERA, the same as Dylan Salcido.
Does everybody have the same ERA?
No. Well, I told you Tristan Thomas had a 2.53, but it's probably closer to like a 2.2 now.
Yeah.
After that game, that was good. That was good. That was real good. Ow.
Okay, this brings up Quinn Culver, the second baseman.
So here's Fuentes, and all he has to do is get a ground ball here, and it'll be the closest bag for these infielders. So here comes Fuentes, comes set, the leg kick, the pitch. This one hit hard over to center field, but this one's going to be caught with ease by Tristan Thomas, and that's going to keep the 0 up on the board for Clovis, and a good job by Fuentes to come in and finish off the inning. The Cavemen going to be looking to try and get 4 runs in this inning, starting out with Ty Molina, the senior. Actually going to go with 6 straight seniors next up in the lineup. So Ty Molina, Zach Galindo, Jeremiah Dominguez, Dylan Salcido, Tristan Thomas, and Mac Mabry, all seniors. And then there's this gap of 3 players in the middle. Aiden Quintela is a sophomore. Delmonico Moreno is a junior, and Fabian Hernandez is a junior.
Yeah, so they're going to be losing a lot of seniors after
Yes.
this year.
Because then you also have to factor in Lenny Marquez, Rene Ramos.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big deal.
It's a senior-loaded team for sure.
Yes.
And Hazen Wright, is he a senior too?
Hazen Wright is a junior.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you'll have some pitching coming back, and you've got,
Fuentes. Yeah.
You've got Jonas
Molinar coming up.
So we've got some pitchers in our future. Just going to have to fill some positions.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's any more seniors that I missed. Doesn't look like it. All right, so now up to bat, like we said before, the catcher, Ty Molina. He's caught all 11 innings tonight. And I could imagine he caught all 5 last night, so 16 innings of work for Ty Molina behind the plate. It's quite a lot of work.
Yeah.
Here's a ball off the turf.
Definitely not easy on the knees.
No. You know, and everybody would, when I was younger, they'd always use those knee savers, and then they came to find out that they're actually worse for you. It's crazy. All right, so swung hard and fouled off into fan territory and foul territory.
Into fandom?
Sure. Yeah. Kids went wild for the foul ball. Remember last time we did a game was the Artesia game, and kids came up to us asking us, do we get something for this?
Yeah, we need
I
to carry
don't know,
gum
man.
or something in our pocket.
Yeah.
They'll give us baseballs.
Yeah, because what's a baseball worth? It's like $6.
Yeah, probably $6 to $8, depending on probably high school level. Probably.
Yeah.
So I remember we used to have them like by the dozen. Remember in the dugout for foul balls and
Yeah.
stuff.
All right, so swinging strike 3 on Ty Molina for out number 1. So Zach Galindo, the right fielder, is going to try and reach base here. Here comes the pitch. This one put right in the zone.
Same spot, foul ball. Or similar.
0-1 count with 1 out, nobody on. I feel like there's probably 42 people in the dugout for the Cavemen. Give or take, probably more, though. All right, here's a hard hit ball over to the left field side. So 0-2 count.
Is baseball the only sport where the coaches wear the same uniform as the players?
Ooh, good question. Let me think on that. I don't know. Maybe golf. Golf they wear the same thing as their golf coaches, I bet.
The golf coaches don't coach. I mean,
yeah, they do. They coach. They're coaches.
They coach at the Masters.
Yeah.
No, that I
They
feel like
show
that's
up,
the caddy.
I
feel
know,
like
but
that's the caddy that's helping them.
No, but their swing coaches probably go to the driving range before the game or before the match.
Oh, nice.
Before the round. I'm sorry. Here's a good solid hit by Galindo, and he's going to take second base. Here he goes.
Is that his second double?
That is a double for Zach Galindo in his first of tonight's game, or the second game. Let me check on the first game for you.
I think he had one in the first game too then, because I thought.
Want to bet? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's see. Zach Galindo. He had 2 singles, so he went 2 for 3.
2 singles equals a double.
So now he has gone 3 for 6 on the night. So batting 500, Zach Galindo having a good night at the plate. Now Jeremiah Dominguez having a great night in this game, double and a single. Let's see if they put one in his zone. They do. He hits this one hard.
That's
Could
a
it
shot? No, but
travel?
Right at the
Good hard hit ball over to left field, and it's caught. So an F7, a fly ball to left for out number 2.
Yeah, Galindo has some wheels because that wasn't hit that deep in left field, and he just went to third like nothing. There's another guy in the lineup that can fly.
Dylan Salcido up to bat now with a runner at third base. And it'd be I'd say it'd be unwise to bet against him getting a hit at any time.
I would say
Dylan
he's going to get on
Salcido.
base.
He is a very efficient batter. Here's a ground ball over to shortstop for out number 3. So it didn't work out, but now that I'm looking at it, he's actually gone 0 for 3 this game with a walk. So he did find a way to get on base, though. All right, so that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th inning and likely do it for the Cavemen offensively. They just need 3 outs to finish off this game. So interesting, something that you never see. Did you see that?
No, what happened?
So the pitcher threw the ball to the catcher at the same time they both threw it, and the balls hit
each other?
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
That is funny.
Can we get an instant replay zoom up?
That could be on a TikTok.
All right, so get this. I did a video because we went golfing the other day, and I was saying, what is the best Pandora station to listen to while golfing? And we had one guy say Little Dicky, which is a rapper. I think that's probably the worst answer. I got to give it to him. I won't name names, but. And then I think second place in that was 21 Pilots. These are grown men answering this, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like sarcasm was in that.
No,
somehow.
I promise you it
That's
wasn't.
what they want, huh?
If I know these guys, this was not sarcastic. And then
Then call
third,
them out.
I'd say third best was probably 80s rock was third best, and then or second best. I'm sorry, and then first was Brooks and Dunn radio.
Okay,
Nice
what was
country
yours?
living. Of course, it was Brooks and Dunn. Why would I give myself anything less than first? But it's got to be true, right? If you're at home, which of those four stations is the best? We know the answer, but you can let us know what you think.
I'm a Luke Combs radio kind of guy.
That is a good station. That's a good station. I liked 90s hits. 90s hits, 2000s hits, those ones are good. Just the mainstream pop and rap and, all those things that were
Combo.
yeah. I liked it. All right, here we go. Fuentes, first pitch, hit hard into the right field foul territory. So he gets ahead on this count early, 0-1 count. So here he goes with the windup and the pitch. Just want to change up low for ball one. All right, so Fuentes with a 1-1 count. Nobody on. Here we go. Fastball,
Nice.
good location for the sophomore.
Oh yeah, this is number 11, Joe Albert, the center fielder.
I feel like he's been up like 10 times today. All right, here we go. This one, a fastball off the plate.
Actually, this is only the third time this game that he's been up, and he was only up twice in the. So yeah, it's only the fifth time the whole game or the whole doubleheader.
2-2 count. Here we go. Pretty good pitch there. Fuentes, it just got over a little too much. Pretty good breaking pitch for the sophomore. Definitely showing potential for this Caveman future.
Yes.
So 3-2 count. Here we go. The pitch. Fastball swung
Got
on and missed. A strikeout. His first strikeout. So good job by Fuentes to get that one going.
Okay, brings up the third baseman, Bernie Lopez.
All right, so Fuentes still in the windup, gets his pitch. The fastball for strike one, swinging. All right, so it's 7:53. Pretty quick games, both of them. I would put this game at about an hour and a half. The first game was right around an hour and 15 minutes. We're looking at MLB baseball game times right now. Jeez. All right, fastball off the plate. So a 1-2 count. He tried to ramp it up a little bit on that pitch. Just got away from him. A 1-2 count with one out. Molina prepares for the pitch on the outside corner. That was a good-looking pitch right there to
Yeah,
me,
it was
but
very close.
it's going to bring it to 2-2. With one out.
So what are you looking forward to the most in these NBA playoffs?
Good pitch there by Fuentes for strikeout number 2 on his night and second strikeout of the inning. What am I looking forward to in the playoffs? Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing if the Suns are really the team that they're supposed to be. A Kevin Durant-led team. He's not really a leader. He's more of like a the best player on the team that doesn't lead. If that
Yeah,
makes
he
sense.
kind of
He's not
he
like a
kind of
leader.
just shows up and has
Yeah.
all-star numbers and just
It's
kills
like
it, but he's kind of the quiet assassin.
It's like if you were to go and play pickup ball, he's the first guy getting picked, but he's never the captain. That's how it feels.
And I think if you didn't know him and you just saw him, you wouldn't even pick him up first. You'd think, okay, he's tall, but
What? He's 7 foot tall. Why would you never pick that guy?
I didn't say never pick him. I said you might not pick him first because he's just real quiet, and so he looks like, well,
Is
maybe
everybody
he's
sitting down at this point?
not. Maybe.
That's why you didn't pick him? There's no way I wouldn't pick a 7-footer first, especially if I saw him warm up.
So Chet Holmgren, if he was there, and he'd be
Yes.
the first guy you'd pick.
2-1 count here with 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Fuentes. Swung on and missed. He knows something these batters don't. They're swinging over his pitches silly right now.
Yeah. Okay.
I
This
think
is
he's got
Gabe,
some late movement.
Gabe Tapia, the first baseman.
So here we go. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Let's see what we got here. The wind up in the pitch. This one a fastball
Oh,
swung
and he
on
did
and he
go.
missed.
That struck
That
out the
was-
side. Nice.
A great performance by Fuentes to finish things off. The shutout goes to the Cavemen 6-0, and the Cavemen beat Clovis over the series 3-0, swept them. They actually outscored Clovis by 14 plus, so 25, 31 to 4? So 31-4, the Cavemen outscored the Wildcats over 3 games. What a job by the Cavemen. They're pitching, and of course they're hitting. Guys, have a great night. Appreciate you guys for checking out the broadcast and supporting Cavemen and Cave Girls.